Yard. 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 Yard.
Hi, welcome to the backyard. I'm Joe.
And I'm Tyler.
You know, it's springtime right now, so we're actually, well, it's not spring yet. I guess it's the end of February.
No, everything's melting out there, though.
But it is calving season, and when we say calving season, we're talking about all these beef cows out in the pastures and stuff, and they're actually going to start calving. And so it's a really important time for year for us. We get quite busy this time of year. So we want to just kind of go over a little bit of the things that we do for these cows that are calving. We start out making sure they are on a proper mineral diet, with prime time calving mineral. That's a mineral that you feed them 30 to 60 days prior to calving. Then you want to feed them 30 to 60 days after.
The gestational period is exactly the same as a human. Is that about right?
Yes, it is. Yes. The unique thing, if you don't want to feed the dry mineral, you don't have enough animals, or it's just too difficult to get the dry mineral in them, you can feed the dry cow tub. That works pretty well, pretty good as well. But when a calf hits the ground, some of the things you want to do right away, we definitely, if the calf has got good colostrum, then they're in good shape. If not, something happens to the cow. Beef cows you don't have to worry about too much, but if something does happen to the cow, we have Lifeline, which is a colostrum, and it's a good one. It's the best one. But them little calves are worth $200-300 when they hit the ground. You want to do everything you can to keep them alive.
Yeah. So there is a protocol. Would you say when calves do hit the ground, there is a protocol after the Enforce 3?
Oh, absolutely. Then you want to go to Enforce 3, which is going to be it's a vaccination for pneumonia. It's very good. You want to make sure you do that. All it is you mix two of these vials together, you spray it in the nose. Excellent vaccination.
Now, what are these? We got calf starter paste. I think they're 15 grams.
These are a unique product. We're the only ones that got them in the area. What it is calf starter paste. It's developed by one of our microbiologists, and what they do is they actually inject chickens.
It's super similar if you use the canine balancer, the feline balancer. It's very similar to the science behind that, I guess.
Yeah, it is. The science is there, but what they do is they inject the chickens with. They'll do it with K99. It's a virus. They'll do different types. Coronavirus. Okay. Yeah, you name it. There's several different ones. I believe there's 9 different ones. Coxy, all of them. Corona, all them different viruses. And then what they do is they extract it out of the yolk, and then they put it right into here. But they do every flock separate, so then they mix them all together, put it in here. We, in turn, when the calf is born, we grab the head, put this down there. It's in a paste. It's actually pretty good tasting. It sets up an immunity. It's an antibody is what it is. Works phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, we ship 300-400 out every week. It seems like around this time of year.
We'll sell 70,000 of these this spring, and but it's for $6, you give your calves that protection. It's wonderful. The other things that we got, it is also available in a bigger tube as well. But some of the other things, if you got a calf that after 4 or 5 days, for some reason you look at it, it's not drinking. There's a couple different things. We got to restart. You fill that up. That's going to give it all the nutrients from that fresh cow or from that cow that the colostrum part. The other thing, before you do that, if the calf still isn't drinking real well, then there's a product called Rejuvenate is one of them. But we actually got the Vitalite, which is electrolyte, and she will find milk. She'll find water. It makes them thirsty. It makes them want to drink.
Okay, and that's a paste as well.
That's a paste as well. Yes. And then we go from there. If the mother cow is having a little bit of difficulties, we give her a bolus, a Cymic bolus. It's probiotics. It's becoming more common now in the human race, but in the livestock industry, we've been doing this for years. It's probiotics and direct-fed microbials. And I'll tell you what, you want to get a cow back up on feed quick and fast, you feed them direct-fed microbials. So we also got these for the calves. If the calves aren't doing real well, sometimes the calf gets sick and you got to give it some antibiotics. If that happens, you want to follow it with probiotics, because you just killed all the antibiotics, the bad bugs.
Yep.
Now you come in with a probiotic to reboost them, get them going back again, so she can take on milk, take on some nourishment, and break it down.
At what point do you start the calves on a creep feed or
creep feed? Usually it depends on the spring. It depends on where you're at, as far as your grass and your moisture and everything else. If you're dry lotting or you're not dry lotting, typically July and August is when the creep feed starts. A lot of our guys each calf will consume about 600-700 pounds of creep feed. We have a 6-to-1 rate of gain. So every pound of creep feed, or every 600 pounds of creep feed, they'll gain an additional 100 pounds. Now, it's not only good for a calf, but it relieves the mother so the mother isn't taking so much fat off her back
Sure.
and getting really run down. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's a great time of year. It's a fun time. It's a busy time. But it's, you look out and you're driving down the road, you see the little calves that tail up in the air and they're going. That's a healthy calf. It's kind of fun to see. So, you bet.
Well, very good. Well, I think we learned a lot about calving season. And yeah, thanks for watching the show. Stop at our Facebook page, our website, www.thebackyardperm.com. And then we'll see you in the store for that open
We got a
house
real
later
quick
this
thing
week.
about the Iditarod. We got a guy
Oh,
that's
yeah,
running that.
sorry. Yeah, Paul Gebhardt, he's going to be going in his, is it his 20th Iditarod? Or
pretty
25th?
close, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty awesome.
and last year he was 11th or 12th. He's a 2-time runner-up. He's super excited. 9 days away from when we're shooting, so it'll be next week. It'll start, what's that, Friday?
He said he can almost taste it, so hopefully he does well.
Yep.
Hey, thank you. Stop in the backyard. I was Joe. I'm Joe.
And I'm Tyler.
Thank you. All right.
Yard. 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 Yard.